Everyone, this is my vlog number 3. Shut the hell up and breathe while full range of motion. Like to move freely also allows your muscles to use better. Hello guys, so I just go home after the session and today's video is about workout and just a little bit of rant about fasting. So I'm fasting for around 24 hours and I'm going to have a session during that fast. The fast is going to be for around 72 hours in total. It's not for the sake of building muscle or anything crazy. It's actually for the sake of anti-inflammatory properties and then for the ability of your body to have a little bit more of sensitive insulin activity, because it helps you to actually properly use your carbs. So when you have a better active insulin resistance, you have a lower ability of your insulin to work properly. So to reduce insulin resistance, you need to increase your insulin sensitivity, and that way you can do that with fasting. I'm also going to study my homework a bit, since I've got nothing else to do. My girlfriend is in the shopping mall, so I'm going to read this course I've had. It's 200 papers here about certain exercises, theory, ribcage, and many things that are pretty cool about getting grounding. And basically, it's the course I've learned so many things, but it's the course I resonated with because the thinking I'm having in my strength building foundation and in my hypertrophy approach that I'm trying to use for myself and for my clients is literally based on grounding a lot. It's also based on center of mass and your ability of stack your center of mass in the axis, meaning that you have your skull, ribs, and pelvis stacked in. And all the exercises I do actually are becoming way more effective if you work them that way. So yeah, that's about it. That's about this video. It's a short vlog. It's about my workout session, which considered of around probably 4 exercises only. And that's about it. I'm just post-session going to read this, shower up, hydrate. And when it comes about fasting, yeah, I choose to do that because I want to get a little bit into anti-inflammatory properties of my body. It's basically my body gets into autophagy, its ability to regenerate cells, kill the older cells, regenerate them into the newer ones is really increased when you're past 24 hours. And then once you reach 48 hours, it's increased by 200% even after 24. And then when you're up to 72, it even increases by 400% of autophagy, meaning your cells regenerate better. I'm not even talking about insulin sensitivity, which is going to increase a lot because that way body utilizes carbohydrates properly. And if it utilizes carbohydrates properly, it is not going to be elevating my sugar levels so high. It's going to be used directly right by my muscles, and my muscle is going to use it properly. Of course, after your fast, whichever fast you do, it's better to have a nutrient-dense meal considered of proteins and micronutrients. So I'd rather have something like veggies, a little bit of fruits, berries, but mainly protein source. In my case, it's going to be 6 eggs at least, always 6 whole eggs, organic eggs. And then going to have them with some avocado and some lettuce and additional salads. And then maybe some blueberries and stuff like that. I also might have some salmon, or I liked cod liver, which I had. It's of course a canned cod liver, but it's a very nice cod liver. I've had John West brand with my eggs, which increased the flavor so much. So something like tomatoes, avocado, a little bit of salads, plus eggs and cod liver will be my first meal. All right guys, what I also forgot to mention is that I always try to do somewhat or some kind of breathing before my sleep, which is HRV breathing. I've mentioned it prior in my first vlog, but HRV breathing is literally the tool that allows your body to reduce stress and recover better. At that point, your recovery is way better and your metabolism is also better. If your body is in the less stress, it utilizes the energy properly. Now, if you combine that with fasting, which I'm not pushing to do, but you should consider doing it at least once a month maybe, because fasting will help you to renew your metabolism. It will increase your growth hormone. It will help you to increase insulin sensitivity. And then it also will help you to utilize your carbohydrates better. So combining that with HRV breathing, which I do at least twice a day, you will be getting way better results in your recovery. So if you combine HRV breathing, which reduces stress, reduces cortisol, and allows your body to calm itself better at night and during the day, you also can combine that with the fasting, and then later with the good healthy habits of nutrition that you're having, the meals you're eating. And that would be something like protein dense meals with, of course, right amount of fibers and micronutrients which you get from veggies, fruits, good amount of fruits, good amount of veggies, and of course fiber that is necessary for your gut microbiome. So combining that plus fasting, and you will have a nice insulin sensitivity. Your body will utilize carbohydrates way better, and your recovery rate will be better. And if you combine that even with strength training exercises, with the proper grounding, proper stacking, you just get a perfect scenario for a healthy body. But cherry on top, you will get way more hypertrophy at the same time. Your body will utilize protein and carbohydrates better. Your protein synthesis will be increased, your testosterone levels will be increased, and your recovery rate will be better. You're basically doing reverse aging style of dieting, which is making your metabolism younger. So thank you for watching. I hope you like this video. Have a nice rest and have a good night. See you. What is going on, everyone? This is my vlog number 3, and I'm fasting today for around 24 hours, and I'll be going to around 72 hours. And today I'm going to do my lower day, which is going to be legs. And prior to that, since I just came after the seminar, I've learned a few things about grounding and how to find your center of mass or balance. And now I'm going to do certain priming exercises, which will teach me to ground better, to prime my grounding better. According to my tests, I'm a little bit more of a, I would say, not intact, but floaty, meaning that I don't have one of my limbs that I ground more towards to, but I have somewhat of compression on the right side more, and a little bit less ability of grounding on the right side of my foot. It's not a significant difference in the numbers, but long story short, I need to ground properly more on my right side and then ground better on my left side in order to be in the axis or in the better balance. So it looks like that. Basically sitting on your left foot, grab one arm in the center, make sure you have your both shoulders, both ribs, both hips and both feet stacked in each of their kinetic chain. Then one arm goes in the center, another arm is going to push me slightly towards my right foot, where I'm going to feel that it becomes a little bit more heavy. And in that point, when I'm doing this somewhat per se horizontal abduction, I feel that my right heel is more pressed against the floor now. So now 70 or 80% of my body weight is on this foot. Now still, I maintain compression on the left rib cage. And now I just have to shut the hell up and breathe properly. Mind you, I'm 6'5", so it's 1 meter 96 centimeters, something like that. Almost 97, I think. So basically I put this at the widest level ever, and then I kind of sink in while helping with my arms a bit, stabilize my pelvis. Then I start pressing my arms into the handles so my pelvis stays neutral, and go as far as you can without discomfort, but teach yourself to go further. All the time when we talk about exercises and increasing the range of motion, always think about increasing the range of motion and passively becoming stronger in the positions where you no longer have to use too much of an intentional muscle engagement. It's like the muscle already engages by default. So that's important, especially if you want to develop your strength and become stronger with full range of motion. It somewhat is like meditation. So always reach for the further range of motion and use weight as a tool to expand your ability to go further beyond. And then understand that it's like a tool to make you stronger. So I'm going to do around 15 reps at least, then reaching 15 if I can do a few more. I try to, but it's already like one first set is very effective. I have this amount of control and it's not easy. All right, that's about it. I'm trying to do exercises that are not only developing the muscle, but also allowing me to stabilize and ground better. If you're not grounding properly, your body will be compensating the movements. During that time when you're trying to push yourself really hard, something takes over. You compensate through whatever. Back overextends. Joints are not moving freely, they're cracking. You feel pain in your ligaments, in joints, and vertebrae, everywhere you don't want to. So you have to be really focused on your ability of being able to maintain your body center of mass, and that's called maintaining your skull, ribs, pelvis in the axis. Basically, how strong you are is based on your ability to get into compression and then your ability to also escape from compression, working set. Ribs stack with the pelvis and then just go to the side. Stretch as much as you can and then go in. As I mentioned prior, try to maintain pelvic and thoracic compression, meaning that you have your ribs and your pelvis stacked in. Still try to maintain control throughout the set, even if you cannot. Oh, fuck. I would say 14. I'm going to aim for single leg extension. Aim for around at least 15 reps all the time, okay? 15 reps, no matter what weight you're loading. Stabilize your ribs. On the left side you're going to work with. And then just extend. When you extend, try to squeeze. Fourteen reps only. Couldn't continue more. This is fucking difficult. Switch to the other side, straight up. 2 working sets for each exercise. So I'm always trying to engage just the responsible muscle that is extending my knee, and I try to orient my torso towards the leg so I have more stability. Fuck, 15. Manageable but not easy. So 1 top set, we'll aim for the another 2 working sets. I think I'll aim for 50 kgs. I had to shorten my volume today. It's going to be 2 working sets only. 50 kgs. I'm wondering, like, when you choose to do 2 working sets, you have to really think, can you actually execute more weight with proper form? Because if I'm aiming for 2 sets, I don't want to do wasted set where I do weight, which is significant but not too significant. I mean, I want to do weight which is effective and not too easy for me to engage and do, but without breaking the form, without breaking the proper execution and how to maintain the proper stacking, which I'm talking about. The stacking I'm talking about is pelvis and rib cage being able to maintain in one place. I might want to try to risk. I'm feeling relatively okay, so instead of going for 42, for 50, I'm going to 57 kgs, single leg, top set. I'm not going to do third set. So I want to really destroy this leg now, fully. And then switch to the other side. Focus, 3, 2, 1, let's go. $15 reps, I would say 14 and a half. Couldn't continue. I'm fucking happy with that set. Then switching to the hamstring curls. A little bit passive on the energy, but keep on going. As many reps as possible. Done. Fucking cooked. All right, I'm also trying to maintain my foot relaxed, not in the dorsiflexion or plantar flexion, literally relaxed. and that is helping me to initiate the extension just through the quad itself, especially femoris and the proximal side of my leg. You do connect the proper kinetic chain between your knee and your hip, and that does not necessarily translate into your ability of being able to stay in posterior chain, but it does actually generate more force through the entire quad. At first it's harder to coordinate like that, but it's better. Since it's top set and I'm doing only 2 sets each, 2 working sets each exercise, I'm focusing a little bit on a heavier weight now. I'll try to destroy this weight. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, I can definitely feel this weight, but it's not too heavy. Still, it's not full stack. It's almost full stack. But in this posterior position, it's not so easy to do the exercise. So I'm always maintaining my pelvis in the posterior chain as much as I can. And when I press myself to the opposite side, I'm not allowing my pelvis to move too much. Exhale. Go down, up. Make sure you're having your ribs and pelvis stacked in line and just maintain steady movement. Sometimes you can stop at the bottom to loosen up those joints, but try to just maintain as much acceleration through the legs only. Just as many as possible. It's basically my ability to control my weight, my pelvis, my ribs, and yeah, that's about it. Wasn't easy. So some of you might ask, why am I fasting for 24 hours and more? So it's not something someone should do, but it does help you with insulin resistance. Makes it a little bit more sensitive, and the more sensitive your insulin is, then the better your carbs are being absorbed for the glycogen of your muscle, and the less your sugar will be spiking instantly up and down. So basically you want to turn your body into a certain mechanism that it absorbs food properly and metabolizes carbs properly, so then it can utilize those carbs properly. If the body is not able to utilize the carbs properly, it just elevates the sugar too much, too high, and then the insulin drops it down too low. It's not something you want, and you don't have the energy stored as the glycogen as proper as it could be. Other thing is anti-inflammatory factors. You get it already after 24 hours from the autophagy. 48 hours, it increases by somewhat 200%, and then 72 hours, even more. I have very long femurs, so my hip to knee length is fucking crazy. Okay, last set, up set. Ready. Okay, I fucking dropped it up now. This time, like, it's good I didn't break it. Let's go. Make sure you're maintaining your ribcage and pelvis stacked so you can maintain your upright posture while accelerating through the legs and engaging the quads. Of course, some glutes as well, but mainly engaging through the quads. Just so you know, once you get into that deeper squat position, you're loosening up your joints like that. This might be the last time I cannot finish this fucking set. Too hard. It's too hard. Fuck. Done. Hope you like this video about the workout and see you around.